Here's a full recipe on my oven grilled Ntaba, also known as diced goat meat or diced lamb. So I got my diced goat meat here, which I got from the halal butchers, and I washed it with some water, lemon and vinegar. I then let that sit for about 10 minutes, then I began seasoning it with some blended onions, some ginger and garlic paste, some lemon, 2 Maggi cubes and just a tiny bit of jumbo seasoning. I then gave everything a good stir and I left that to marinate for about an hour. So just as the hour was up, I got this tray that I added some foil onto. I then placed my marinated meat onto the tray and spaced it out a bit so that it could cook evenly. I then added some oil to make it more moist, and I also placed some foil over the goat meat. This was because I wanted to soften it first, especially as goat meat is already quite hard, so it's best to soften the meat before grilling it. So I let the meat steam on low heat for about 50 minutes, and once that was done, I removed the foil and started grilling it. So at first I grilled the meat on high heat for 35 minutes. I also flipped the portions over midway and placed it back in the grill on high heat for another 25 minutes. So now that the meat portions were grilled, I mixed the meat in with the seasonings that were stuck on the foil just to give it that extra bit of flavour. Now this part is optional, so I got these onions here that I cut into circles. I then added some oil and began frying it on medium heat, and I added a tiny bit of jumbo seasoning because I like my onions to have a bit of flavour. So once my onions were soft, I placed all my Ntaba portions onto this plate, and I finally placed my onions on top of the Ntaba just to give it that authentic look. This bit is completely optional, so you can use raw onions to decorate this, or you don't have to use onions at all if you don't like them. So this is the final look of my Ntaba, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching.